Hi everybody, Gabrielle here. I am back. I'm about to give y'all a reading for the Divine Feminine. I keep getting my own hits. I keep getting references, people sending me emails, DMing me about, all this fucked up interference that we've been getting from these interlopers. People just hating on us shine. Hating. And I've been trying to figure out what would be the reason. But see, I get it. Some of us divine feminines are in union. We have come into union and people hate this. And I mean that. They fucking hate this. And so picking up on a lot of interference because y'all happy. We happy and shit, right? Right. So overall energy, right? We got the sun and the ace of cups. Now, when I put these cards down, when I was shuffling them, I wanted to know who was interfering and why, right? Right. Bottom of the deck, we're using the spellcasters. Look at this shit. We got the lovers, like I said, in union. Gemini season was productive for a lot of us. Ten of Cups. Look at that. Knight of Swords. And the motherfucking Chariot. People ain't happy because you're happy. And it's just that simple. But you knew that already. You definitely knew that. Your intuition's been popping like a motherfucker. Trust me. And you ain't been saying shit, but you already know that. Look, overall, like I said, we got the Sun card and the Ace of Cups. Look at it. Like, outside of the Ten of Cups, which is it don't get no better. And so because you're happy, and I mean genuinely fucking happy, like, wow, feeling renewed, feeling refreshed, feeling imbibed, enjoying the emotional rush, the balance. Look how balanced this cup is in the middle of all of that. Look how balanced that is. And all of these emotions, you still feel and have found your balance. Why? Because it's genuine happiness. Like you are so abundant and so rich and you see it. And it's playing out in every facet of your life. And people can't fucking stand it. I mean, they can't fucking stand it. Like they genuinely can't stand it. And then this Janae Akinino song comes on. I've waited lifetimes to find you. Turn that down. Don't pay me. I don't own any rights. It's Pandora Free Radio. Enjoy yourself and download. Wow. Damn, y'all. Like, this is wild. Like, somebody is genuinely upset because someone decided that what they had was worth saving. Like, really. I'm going to say this as someone that either you or your divine masculine was dealing with. And this person is extremely angry. I kid you not. I mean, very fucking angry and throwing some serious shade energetically in your directions, hoping that this shit will come crashing down. But it's not. It's really not. And it's really burning their ass up. Somebody went back and said there is some life still left in it. And they remember that they were the magician, like a true magician. And that if they just put forth the effort, they could salvage this love, this connection that's deep and big. And look at that. Look at the waterfall. Look how much volume there is. Look all the stages, the tiers, the levels. This love has evolved. And someone is really upset that this tower moment that was caused by a betrayal, someone finally understands the rhyme and reason why it all happened. There's this deep inner knowing, this enlightenment. Look at these two. See the moon? See the moon? The hermit is a seeker of knowledge, a seeker of truth. The high priestess has inner knowing. She already knows. She doesn't have to seek. She doesn't have to speak. She doesn't have to move. She just knows. Someone is angry about this union because their collaboration, their union, excuse me, their celebration was blocked. They were blocked out. They were blocked from this fire sign. Could be a Leo. They are angry. Very fucking angry that they got blocked. Like blocked. Blocked on every way you can be blocked. Spiritually, online, in their phone. They've been blocked. And they are fucking pissed. And they want to get even. This person is doing some work, y'all. But we all been feeling this. We've been feeling this for a minute. But let me tell you something. I'm just going to do a little quick comparison, right? You see the sun card? You see how relaxed she is? She's looking out on the horizon, enjoying the beautiful rays. Got her children, one at her knee, one on her lap. See how natural she is, how relaxed she is. What this woman does, I'm saying this is you as a divine feminine represented here in the sun card. What you do just comes so naturally because it's God-given. You don't have to work as hard as some to achieve. You just don't. I'm cute. Not saying you don't work. Look, all you do is work, but that's why it comes so natural. And you have this woman here. This very angry fucking woman. You know, she's a go-getter and all, but you know what I see? A cheap imitation. No offense, Queen of Wands. But when I'm looking at these two energies, right? And how this one, you see the coloration here? You see how they're very similar? Let me put these down. You see how they're very similar? This one's just, you know, comfortable in her own skin, nothing to hide. Just relax, being herself. And this one here, she may sit on a throne, right? but she's isolated. She's hidden. That's not the sun behind her. That's a forest. In the middle of autumn, it's an imposter. It's a fake. It doesn't gleam the same. Whereas this one, it just happens so naturally. This one has to put in a lot of work to get shit done. And it aggravates them that it just doesn't come as naturally as it does for her. Everything she touches literally turns into gold because she's kissed by the divine. Whereas this one has to make moves, has to use that fucking wand, has to use an implement to get it done. Whereas this one, who I see as this represented in this Five of Cups, she possesses it innately. This person possesses these gifts innately. She doesn't have to conjure. She doesn't have to do work. It's not like that. A true magician just is. No tricks required. And the Empress and the Emperor are magicians. Don't get it twisted. You encounter them very early on in the journey. They too had to walk the walk and talk the talk to get to where they are. So don't think for a second when you're looking at an Empress or an Emperor, you're not looking at a motherfucker who can just manifest on demand. And so this is what this energy is here in this this Sun card, Ace of Cups. This person with this High Priestess energy, she just knows. Because she seeks the divine. She seeks that inner knowing, that higher knowledge, higher sense of self. This person is balanced in both masculine and feminine principle. You know, the Hermit is interesting, right? Because the Hermit and the High Priestess, it's supposed to be the Hierophant, right? Because it was a High Priest and a High Priestess, right? But things get turned around. The High Priestess can also pair with the Magician. And even though the Hermit technically is a solitary creature, if they choose, they too can pair with the High Priestess. Because they're on that same wavelength, their connection is not necessarily one of physical, but of a spiritual nature. So you're looking at someone, this divine feminine here, who is balanced in their masculine and their feminine, but it's in the most supreme and divine of energies. You just got a lot of fucking haters, man. Someone just knew. They just knew that if you found out whatever it is that you found out, would just put an end to all of this potential reconciliation. But it didn't. It put an end to the third party. Alright, I'm going to say this, right? Because I put down a couple different decks. I used Spellcasters, I used the Wonderland, and I pulled out my Shamanic Oracle deck. Now, I was looking at this High Priestess, and this kid jumped out, like, real big. And over here, the Child card came out. Interesting, right? I think the goal is to continue to play, I don't want to say naive, but innocent. You know what I mean? You don't give motherfuckers any ammunition, any fuel. Listen, you don't even acknowledge their ass. You just, play them. And Spirit wants you to know you're only to focus on this Sun energy and this Ace of Cups energy. That's it. That is your focus, Divine Feminine. Focusing on your ultimate happiness in this divine love. And for those of you who have not come into physical union, you have come into spiritual union with yourself. You have married your masculine and feminine within. And that too will make you shine. That too will make you abundant. That too will gather haters for you. Because you can't help but shine. Because your light comes from within. It's blessed. And for some of y'all, right, there's a need to really pause. Now, I have 2 repeating cards, right, from the Wonderland Tarot and the Spellcasters. I've got the Page of Pentacles out here and the 8 of Swords. Twice. You need to carefully examine what it is that people are presenting to you. And make sure it measures up. That's your higher self. Your higher self is really saying that. Be very mindful. Restrict yourself even more than what you have. Really. If you found yourself giving too much, pull back. Pull back and really see what's being presented to you. You need to be discerning right now. Very, very discerning right now with this Queen of Swords. That's 9 Swords. Make sure somebody ain't presenting you with bullshit and lies in a fictitious relationship. Because the Hierophant's on the bottom of the deck for this. Oh, there she is again. Just be sure that you actually want to heal this union. Yeah. Be very sure about this. Take your time. Some of y'all could get pregnant, so you might want to really, really be sure that this is what you want. I think that's why this child keeps jumping out like this. Some of you already know you're pregnant. Or you're about to find out. There's still some secrets coming out. Yeah. Still some secrets coming out. I'm looking at these keys and how the hermit's marching towards this high priestess. Could be a secret kid. I've been feeling that and sensing that for a while. And when I say a while, I'm talking about 6, 7 months. So somebody about due. Somebody about due. Somebody about to deliver. And it's going to be a hell of a surprise. And you're going to find out that was one of the main things that ran interference in the connection to begin with. The child card for the oracle, for the shamanic oracle deck, is a 7. So that's all as it should be. I was looking for repeating numbers outside of the 8s. Excuse me. Wanted to grab the book. Before I do, look at this card. Look how beautiful it is. Do you see all the moon cycles though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So this person's probably about 8 months pregnant. 8 months. But I'm going to look up what child is in reference to what the deck truly says about this. It says essence. The child knows the way to joy and happiness. Oh, that goes back to this. This is why Spirit said you need to focus on the sun energy and the Ace of Cups. And you see 2 children on her lap, right? So that's actually 3 children in reference. So this is what you should do, okay? And how you handle this situation. All right. The child offers a return of a second innocence, a time born of wisdom and not naivety. This card allows you to correct your course and offers you a second chance. It brings you the possibility of redemption and entering heaven while on earth. Invitation. The child is here to release you from the habit of being yourself and to help you acquire a beginner's mind so that you can see life as if for the first time. Remain open to learning and discovery. Who is your spouse or partner today? Can you see them with fresh eyes who is looking back at you in the mirror this morning? Become a mystery unto yourself and reconnect with a sense of childlike wonder. That goes back to what I was saying, that someone was unhappy because you decided to go back and save your connection. That you realized you were the magician and that you had it within you to renew this, to take a second look to see if it was worth saving and making this offer. This goes right in line with that. The medicine. The child comes to show you how you can correct the course of your life without being punished. Set yourself free from the conditioning for suffering. You were born unfettered and happy, and you can be so again if you make the choice right now. The child will help you climb out of the hole you may have dug yourself into to recover your sense of play. Ain't that the truth? I really resonate with that. Over the past year, and actually before, I've always found myself looking for hobbies and things that invoke a more childlike innocence, where you could just be, like coloring books and painting and crafts, all sorts of things. Even making GIMP bracelets with my daughter. Like, I got really into the craft stuff with her because it was so therapeutic for me too. And even now, rediscovering all those things that my inner child wanted to do that were very healthy, traveling, meeting people, she was never nervous to talk to new people she was curious about, just re-invoking that. So I totally understand this. I do feel like there are 2 different groups. Some could be pregnant, some could not be, some could be finding out. That keeps coming through. But anyway, this goes with what I was initially saying, that someone went back to save a situation that was no good, really, because of that tower moment. It wasn't built right. And so it had to end, but that's really over. That's the 10 of Swords. The worst is behind you. In some way, I guess even re-examining this 3rd line, if there is any sense of stubbornness in terms of this reunion and this celebration. I don't think there's a need to. But I do feel like somebody was very angry. Someone, whoever got cut out, whoever the third party was. See? Someone got caught trying to escape. Nah, bruh. There's no escape. There's like this. You you know we belong together. What the fuck are you doing? What is this? The Hermit and all of this. You see, it looks like a course correction. See, you have this person here examining these cups. And it's like, no, these two are good, right? And then you have this tower moment, right? Knocking that shit over. You see the same cloaked figure. These two, 1, 2, 3, right? Cups knocked over. Being ousted. No more. That's done and over with. Done and over with. It's funny. I'm looking at the Three of Cups and it's like in some strange way, right? This situation, Five of Cups, Tower, Ten of Swords. This helped everyone. In some strange way, this helped all parties ascend. In some strange way, the divine had a purpose in this for a lot of people. This union, this reunion, this coming together is about to restore faith. See the fish? And love for a lot of people. This couple reuniting is really gonna shake some shit up. This is a divine pair, y'all. I mean that. I really do mean that. High Priestess, Hermit, right? Look at this. Lovers, Ten of Cups. This is a twin flame union. If ever I have seen one. Your union is ricocheting in ways neither one of you can fathom, but it's not for you two. You two need to focus on loving each other. That's it. Fuck everybody else. It's going to work itself out. You two need to just keep focused on each other. Yeah. Block out the bullshit. Focus on this offer. Securing this. Focus on securing this. And be clear about it. You know what I mean? This is similar energy for me for the High Priestess right now. Where it's like, I know. I know. And now you see she's got a face and a mouth now. The combination. The Hermit seeks, but they speak. They teach. They're a teacher. This is what you get when you combine the High Priestess and the Hermit. You get the Queen of Swords in her highest vibration possible, who is clear and determined and will strike down anyone who interferes in this connection at this point. Oh, okay. Different. Very different. This relationship seems to be healed with passion. But at the same time, some of that is resisted, fought against, because someone's not very good at expressing their emotions and feelings, even though they really do recognize the supremeness of this. There's that tower. But someone is kind of waiting on the right time to actually start. Like, really put the effort in for whatever reason. I think it's the apprehension from the tower moment still lingering. And they're holding out a little bit for moving forward to better days. But there will be success once the right action is taken and a new beginning can be taken on. Yeah, these two are a match. I got the King and Queen of Cups. Cups. Wow. Hold on. Who's running interference? Who's running interference? Who's running interference? Okay, let me see what that is. Excuse me. It's a Gemini. It's definitely a fucking Gemini. Oh well, lady, you or sir, you're gonna have to suck it up and drive on, just like they teach in the military, because what God puts together, no man can put asunder. Period. Point blank. That's what I got for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know who the interloper is in your relationship, it's a Gemini, and this person will have a Jupiter and Gemini placement as well. They need to be careful with that. They do. They'll have their best luck if they actually get into alignment with Source. Otherwise, calamity. That's a hell of a nature with that placement. All right, Divine Feminine. I love y'all. I really do. And I want you to keep your head up and fuck everybody else, for real. Because people gonna always hate. But I'm gonna need y'all to take a spiritual bath and send back this negative energy. And we just, look, if you gotta play dirty, play dirty. I take my shit to Source. But like I said, don't get fucked up in these spiritual streets. I'm not one of them people. I'm really not. I'm not. Everyone who knows me, like, I don't even want to go through that. I've been saying it from the beginning. Don't get fucked up in these spiritual streets. And if you gotta fight dirty, fight fucking dirty. I believe in being gray. That means a balance of light and dark. Sometimes you gotta send strong messages to people. But karma does take care of people. And I live a long enough time to see it play out. So, We might have to pray on this Gemini. As a matter of fact, I know I'm about to pray on this Gemini. Because I ain't got no time for this shit at all. At all. But I'm going to keep continuing to live in my best life. And that's why I'm just going to pray on them. And be happy. Just like y'all should be. Like I said, for those of y'all who have not come into physical union, you've come into spiritual union with the masculine and feminine principle. And that is a beautiful, glorious thing. And you have gotten rid of everything and everyone that was running interference in that. Good job. And for those of you who have come into union with your divine counterpart, and there's been quite a few through Gemini season, hallelujah, praise be. Just know it's going to unite a lot of other people, this love, because I'm sure it was not an easy road to get here. And so this shit about to inspire a lot more reunions in people. We're going to see people giving up, people checking chances that we never thought possible because of what y'all are capable of accomplishing. Of the example you're able to set for people. And people are going to be real angry about that for a minute, but don't worry about that. Keep smiling, keep shining. Shining, 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 shining now. All of this winning. Right. Be on that shit. Alright, y'all. I love y'all. Light and love. Many blessings and fuck them. Remember, haters ain't shit but Pokemon. You gotta get your little ball, collect them all, and use them as motherfucking power pellets. Bye.